This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the easiest way to bring your dream website to life. You know, it's not easy being a Magical Girl fan. It's actually an uphill battle. A lot of misconceptions come from the simple fact that not everyone is open to watching shows that are so openly pink and pastel in color. Other reasons are more general, like, oh, lots of them are made for kids, which is true. Or the genre's dead, which is not true. And to top it off, you have to explain to the average non-Magical Girl fan that a show from the 80s called Creamy Mami is actually very much so insanely worth your time. I'll have you know that on your first day of Magical Girl School, after bestowing upon you your magic wand of choice, the first thing they tell you is that Creamy Mami isn't an innuendo. In some magical school districts, I hear they take you out back, whack you with the same wand they gave you. It's not an allegory, it's not. Not to brag about my pure mind, but I didn't even realize there was a sort of sexual interpretation until someone pointed it out to me, but no big deal. Magical Angel Creamy Mami is one of the best Magical Girl series I have ever seen. I watched it for the first time with one of my friends over a year ago. I rewatched it recently and I cried the exact same way both times. 1 year. You're given magical powers for 1 year. And with these powers, you're told you can do anything you want. Be anything you want. The catch? Well, you're 10 years old and growing up seems like the best, most appealing thing one could possibly do. Sorry to break the immersion. The story of Creamy Mami, or you, is that of an average 10-year-old girl. And I think her being only 10 is an important aspect of the story because she's so carefree. She's so immediately accepting of this alien starship she happens upon. This is all so cool to her. She's not judgmental in any way. And this innocence is what allows her to build a friendship with Pino Pino, the alien captain of the ship. He's so thankful that she helped him get the starship back on track to his home planet, Featherstar, that he gifts her a compact with magic that she can use however she'd like, but only for 1 year. And the first thing she transforms into is an older girl, a teenager. Now, I get her, because when I was 11, the coolest thing I could ever be was 14. You have to understand, all of the Disney stars at this time, they were all 14. Miley Cyrus, Nick Jonas, Selena Gomez. You had to be there. And with her first couple of transformations, she's just having fun with it. She sees if her parents recognize her. She goes to see if her neighborhood best friend Toshio recognizes her. And they don't. But it goes to show just how different this teenage version of you is from her true self. She looks completely different. She has different hair. She has a different demeanor. When she's given the chance, she gives this persona a different name. And that's where the trouble of you getting swept up by an entertainment company executive lies. But first, let me tell you about this video's sponsor, Squarespace. It's getting to be that time of year, New Year's resolution time. It's actually my favorite holiday because people are so positive and starting to think of a fresh new future. And if you're considering finally expanding the reach of your business or even just putting your artwork online, Squarespace is the best and easiest website builder to help get your feet off the ground. There are loads of website design templates to choose from to give your page a professional look, and personalization to fit your needs is super easy with innovative design. Squarespace even has built-in analytics tools so you can track traffic and better manage SEO on your website. And their simple tools make setting up your shop to sell physical items, digital items, and even services a breeze. So if you're thinking of taking that leap towards the business of your dreams in 2026, head over to squarespace.com/Doreimani for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use code Doreimani for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. And thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Let's set the record straight. You never even wanted to be an idol. Though this is a very Hannah Montana-esque setup, similar to a series that came out 2 decades later that I also covered on this channel, Full Moon wo Sagashite. The big difference here lies in you having no desire to sing or be famous or be an idol. She's swept up into it. And although she does say no, numerous amounts of times. Tachibana, I both love and hate you. She kind of figures, okay, maybe I'll give this a try. Maybe it won't be so bad. And it's not. She has a lot of fun with it. She gets to mess with Toshio a bit and tell him that he needs to treat the little girl in his life better and live this life of performing her own original songs, filming commercials, auditioning for movies. And this magic power that she holds brings her on so many adventures along the way. I think the average person might stray away from these 52 episode series because of how episodic they seem in nature. That's what Creamy Mami as a show is, a lot of slice of life. But I think that's what makes it so charming. These happenstances where you accidentally travels to another world, where a girl who went missing is destined to stay because a unicorn brought her here to live eternally, or when you comes across the mysterious Studio 909 in Parthenon Productions building, and a timekeeper man is able to show her the past and the future, and you has to use her magic powers to turn back the hands of the big clock when things go haywire in the city. This show is so much fun, and you is having so much fun. Having these magic powers is a treat for her, and it saves her on multiple occasions when her or her loved ones are in danger. But the problems she faces living this double life show themselves very quickly. She's sleeping in class, her grades are slipping, coming home late to her angry but worried parents. And with all of the lying that she has to do in order to stay as Creamy Mami, we see in real time this 10-year-old girl developing a bit of an identity crisis. One of the biggest, if not the biggest drivers in the story is Yu's evolving crush on Toshio, the neighborhood friend. She's always liked him, but I'm not even sure if she was aware of it until the birth of Creamy Mami. Because this boy is obsessed. He loves him some Creamy Mami. He's at every taping, he's cheering her on in the audience, he becomes friendly with her and the Parthenon production staff, auditions to star in a movie with her. Mind you, Yu is Creamy Mami. He just doesn't know that. And she's there wondering, why doesn't he act this way for me? Why doesn't he show this kind of enthusiasm for me? Is Creamy Mami really that special to you? It doesn't help that Toshio likes to tease her, saying things like she'll never be Mami and her and Mami are light years away. It bothers you so much that she develops a sort of jealousy towards Mami. Jealousy towards her own magical girl alter ego. And I think the sad part is that at some point, Yu doesn't wish that Creamy Mami didn't exist. She's dejected because she wishes she could stay as Creamy Mami forever. Then everyone at Parthenon Productions wouldn't have to worry about her leaving early or showing up late all the time. She'd make all of her fans happy too, and most of all, she's sure it would make Toshio happiest of all. And I think it's important to note that even though Yu's developing this insecurity, she doesn't hate herself by any means. She's just 10. A preteen. She's right at the age where you begin to notice these things and become aware of where you stand in life and with the people around you. And not having this self-hating attitude is what allows her to look at the bigger picture. How would her parents feel if their daughter disappeared forever? If she were to stop coming to school altogether? And even though he loves Creamy Mami so much, what would Toshio think if you were to disappear? I think what's wild and interesting is that as much as Creamy Mami is an idealization for you, she kind of exists to be that for everyone else as well. Tachibana describes her on several occasions as a beautiful angel, a star from above sent to make people's dreams come true. He uses very poetic language to talk about her. But she really does. She brings this company a lot of profit and opportunity, and she's just immediately popular, which does come at a detriment to her label mate, Megumi, who, by the way, deserves so much better. Again, I both love and hate Tachibana. He is a dick and he is also baby girl. Mami is just perfect. She may be late to her schedules all the time, but she can do no wrong in people's eyes. There's a scene in episode 7 where Yu's parents are talking and her dad says he wishes Yu were as nice as Creamy Mami. And this reminds me of a similar scene that happened in Sailor Moon season 1 that happened almost a decade later. As much as she is that picture perfect image for other people, at the heart of it, Creamy Mami is just this idealized version of Yu. Mami was born out of what Yu thinks being a teenager should be, or what she wants it to be. Mami is the embodiment of the person you think you'll become. And then she doesn't. It's crazy because while Yu has this insecurity, I'm not sure she's even fully aware of the impact just her being herself has on others. Midori is Toshio's best friend and is absolutely infatuated with Yu, always yelling at Toshio to be nicer to her. We all need a Midori behind us. There's a time when he body slams Toshio. That episode is so funny. I freaking love episode 48 where we get this montage of what Yu looks like in Midori's eyes, like this mystical angel that makes his heart fly. It's not Mami doing that. It's Yu. It's such a good episode. Mamoru is a kid who Yu meets in the middle of the series, and even though they have a rocky start and Mamoru is this misunderstood kid, he opens himself up to Yu because she's that kind and fun and interesting, the type of kid you want to be friends with. In all of their magical adventures, most of them happen when Yu is in her normal form. Mystical deer and creatures from the Dream Comet remain as her friends and come to help her in her times of need just because they were so moved by her kindness towards them. They like her for who she is, and yet she wishes that she could be Mami full time so that everyone could be happy, so that she wouldn't have to lie to everyone anymore. Yet it's her being herself that brings life to everyone around her. Gosh. Sorry to skip around to the literal final frame of the series here, but I think what's so notable about this anime is that even though Creamy Mami is what you think she could be as a teenager or an adult, and Toshio and even Tachibana ponder what she would look like as an older woman. Again, Tachibana, I love and hate you. The final frame of the series gives us a look at an older Yu and Toshio. And Yu looks, give or take, the exact same as she did throughout the series. Like, it seriously looks like they superimposed Yu's baby face onto an adult person's body. She doesn't grow up to be this idealistic, picture-perfect image of a teenager who has it all. She could just be Yu and still get everything she wants out of life. I know a lot of people don't like the trope of the magical girl who gives up her powers at the end of the series. I tend to eat it up as an Ojimaju Doremi fan. Sorry. And here, Yu didn't give up her powers because she wanted to. It was simply a requirement. But I enjoy how quickly she's able to move on from this past year's spectacle. It was just a fun year filled with magic. She's a kid with a limited attention span, ready to move on to the next thing while still holding the memories of her adventures with Pazzi and Nega. That's N-E-G-A. All of the magical creatures she met, her time at Parthenon Productions, close to her heart. There are so many other aspects and characters of Creamy Mami that can be explored. Hirokoro, the evolution of Snake Joe. There's so many good characters in the show, and I think that's evidenced by the magical angel Creamy Mami and the spoiled princess manga that ran from 2018 to 2022. A whole 35 years after the original series. I just started reading it. I have volumes 1, 5, and 6. If you're wondering why I have 5 and 6 and not the ones in the middle, it's because 5 and 6 were on sale. It focuses on Megumi and her perspective during the events of Creamy Mami. And I love this because Megumi's character development in the original series itself is interesting. She goes from being fake towards Mami, trying to sabotage her and find out her true identity, and then slowly supporting her and being there for her for the sake of Parthenon Productions. And it's also giving me more Shingo. I'm just a girl. I chose to focus on Yu's journey because of just how great a depiction it is of identity and growing into yourself, that weird space between childhood and adolescence, and how this magical girl series made to sell toys in 1983 was able to achieve that. And it's stories and small moments that touch me and make me just so emotional. Just remind me why I love this genre so much and why I think more people should give it a chance. Even if the series is called Creamy Mami. Have you watched Creamy Mami? Or is there another Studio Pierrot magical girl from the original, how do you say it? Quadrilogy 5? Pentology that you prefer? Did you know that Studio Pierrot is releasing a new original magical girl series called Magical Sisters Luluto Lily? this spring. And are you as excited as I am? I'd love to talk about it more in the future. Reminder, I have a Patreon where we are currently rewatching Sailor Moon, and we just met Sailor Mars, and baking dishes with special ingredients in them every month. You can follow the links to my socials in the description, but that is all I have for you today. I thank you for watching. I thank you for being here, and I will see you in my dreams. Bye, friend.